Greetings, my fellow warriors. So, question is, how many realistically there is floating shares of Fannie and Freddie Mac? So we can calculate without the warrants, with the warrants, and so on. So I will try to emphasize few ideas and few concepts. So, number one, right now we have around 2 billion shares. Right now, with the warrants we have 10. We know that probably, so Bill Ackman has like, I think 200 million shares. That's 10%. And there's Jay Bury, he has also, and other guys, let's say that they have another 200 million. So let's say that they have 30% of the shares, those large investors. So that means 70% is for us, common guys. That gives us 70%, that is 1.4 billion shares for us, belongs to us. 0.6 belongs to the big guys, Ackman, Capital Group, and Burr. And the government, in case that they exercise the warrants, they have 8 billion. The real float is how much are really available on the market, not how much do they exist. Because if the shares are locked in the some fund that will never sell them, that is like it doesn't exist. And it counts only in case that they pay the dividends, because in that case the dividend is diluted. So let's say that if the government will not sell the shares on the market, so that all 8 billion that we have on the market that belongs to the government, most probably none of those will ever see the light of the day of a real market. It will go to a big hedge funds, it will go to the institutional investors, it will go to retirement funds, it will go anywhere, but it will most probably, all those 8 billion, it will not come to the market. Those 0.6 billion, I don't believe the Bill Ackman will sell it below 500 or so. If he see that it will go up, he will not sell it. So he will hold, and the other guys will hold. At least even if it goes, let's say, more than 100, they will say some percent, but they know that, and they evaluate can it go high and how much it can go high. But a real float is, let's say, like around 1.4 billion. But also have in mind, when and before stock goes into S&P 500, and with Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, that will happen most probably in 6 months. I will make another video why it's that. They will have to buy. The S&P 500 will have to buy. So some of them will buy from here, from these 8 billion. But most probably, these companies and hedge funds who bought those 8 billion will not want to buy them because they know that they will grow. They will expect dividends. Also, out of those 8 billion, some of them will go to sovereign wealth fund. So probably, let's say, like 4 billion that they will keep it. 4 billion they will sell. So we have like 4 billion. So S&P 500 and all the other funds that needs to fulfill the requirements for will have to buy those shares. So they can buy only from those 4 billion, what is most probably will not happen. Sovereign wealth fund will not sell them ever. They will keep them 100 years because they know that they will pay the dividend. We have like 0.6 and 1.4. So that is all the amount. But as I said, like ETFs, hedge funds, they need to fulfill the requirement because of S&P 500, where they will take the shares out and what will happen with the price of the share. Some of us will sell, some of us will not. Some of us will take loan against the shares and margin shares and maybe double the position, or at least increase the value of the position. If I know, let's say that I'm just the guy who owns the shares, and now I own, let's say that I own, for easier calculation, 10,000. On 10,000 shares, and the price of the share is 20. Let's say that that is the case. I have 200,000. Let's say I have 20,000. Just to that everything works. In order to obtain loan against the shares, I need 150,000. That's why I need to increase. And if I have 150,000, I can pledge, I think 60 or 70% for loan against the shares. Take the loan against that, and I will be able to pay the interest on those shares around 6-7%. Maybe less now. It's maybe, let's say maybe it's now. No, it depends. Let's say it's 6%. And I will be able to buy for that money whatever I want, and some of us will take and buy more shares. So then whatever is sold here out of this, it will grow back. So in reality, we have very limited supply. That will, and good part of us will never ever sell it, because we want dividends. Why to sell it, when you think that, why to sell any share before it goes to S&P 500, even a year down the road? You know that it will go to S&P 500. Why to sell it? Why to sell the share that is, if you own it before IPO, and you know the S&P 500 will be listed in 1 year? Why to sell it before S&P 500? And the float is low, and the shares, good amount of the shares, good part, even maybe 8 billion, like 80%, is going to the funds that will never see the light of the day. They will locked. Then it has to go to S&P 500. What does it, and some of us will double. What will happen with the price of the share, and when to sell it? And I personally, I will try not to sell all the way until we reach S&P 500 plus a little bit more. And then I will sell a little bit, because I will get the dividends. And realistically, I can live out of the dividends. Many of us will live, so they will sell never. So the real float is really low, and that is good for us. Stay well, my friends.